of them cutting it off. Some women, you have to talk to them that I survived this, that, you know, if I can survive it, there's no reason why you cannot survive it. But you'll see them go to, you know, I went to one doctor and they said, well, they just have to cut it off. So, and I couldn't pay for it. So I left. Other people would seek local medicine, which again, we all know don't work. So these are things that a lot of them, when we were doing cancer screening, they rushed and came thinking we had an immediate fix for them.
So at this point, these people knew there was no way out, but they think the fact that there is some organization like yours that is providing some assistance, that's the window of opportunity for them to run to try to seek help. So the most effective treatment plan for any cancer is early detection and early intervention. When it starts, it's usually a small lump. And most people, when they see that lump, they're usually in denial. Most cancer patients, whether it's in Africa or here, wherever it is,
myself included.
They don't want to believe that it's actually cancer. And in medicine, what you don't know will actually kill you. So you better to know and to try to get help early before it gets to the stage where it's too late. Actually, I'm in support of the Senegalese in what they're saying. By the time you stage 4 in Africa, that's a death sentence. You should actually have hospice care and trying to just let them understand that that's it, because they cannot make it because the treatments are not there.
Are the treatments there in the US when it's stage 4?
There is a chance because but it takes a lot. It's not something simple as just going and then you meet a doctor and they tell you. By then, it's already in your lymph nodes, okay? And by then, it may be metastasized to your liver or to your bones or to your lungs or to your brain. There are multiple places that it can actually metastasize. So at this point in Africa, what are you going to do? Because once it gets to your liver or to your brain or to your bones, what are the treatments that are available? Probably none. Even they may not even have the financial resources to take care of it. Even in the US, it's always better to find out early, get your radical mastectomy.
I do sincerely hope that every woman that's watching right now that's over 40 or just hit 40, please go and do your test, especially if you are in the West, because the luxury that we have, the people that you talked about, Ida and Jay, what you said about the options of treatment, what stage 4, those people don't have it. We have those luxuries, so we should take advantage of it.
Yes, we're not very forthcoming, but if you have a suspicion, an aunt, your mom, somebody, you know, on both sides, please say that to your doctor and get a mammogram and get it looked at. Simply, it's not, you don't have it, it's not going to cost you anything, it's not going to kill you. But it's better, like Dr. Jay said, to know early intervention actually saves lives.
That if you have a family history of it, at any point, if you should tell your provider that you have a family history of breast cancer, and you will do the BRCA1, BRCA2 gene testing, and that will definitely detect.
So for women in Africa that may not have the luxury that people in the West have in terms of like all the testing. So are there, because I've heard that there's a lot of the tests that you could do at home.
Like recently, there's a lot of data changes and a lot of information changes as to how important it is breast self-exam or non-breast self-exam. People should try to palpate their breast. That means feel their breast by raising their arm or putting it up on top of their head. Start from the armpit and don't lift your arm up and feel all around your breast, all the way to the nipple, and then press your nipple and look for discharge. Now, Ida teaches the class, so if you have any questions, it's always good for people that have a shower to do it whilst you're in the shower, and don't do it whilst you're on your period, at least 2 weeks after your period. The reason being, if you do it during your period, your breast is tender. And sometimes your breast may be lumpy and you may feel like, oh, you feel something, or it may be too painful and you may still be scared. If you also are in Africa and you have a primary care doctor or you have a doctor, they should do a wellness visit once a year where they check your blood pressure, check for diabetes, and also palpate your breast to make sure you don't have any lump. And I think that's a great thing that you do in those classes. And the more you can go into the provinces, that would be great to teach these women.
Sometimes I have to force these. You hear my first question whenever I teach this class is to ask, do you know anybody who's had cancer? You'd be surprised nobody raises their hands because they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't. But once you start explaining the symptoms, they go, oh my God, yeah, my aunt had that. Oh my God, I know this person. But it's not something that they really talk about. It's still taboo to talk about. But once they start seeing more and more faces, which is why I always urge survivors to join me, to talk to other people, because everybody's network is different, for us to talk about it more. I cannot tell you how many patients I talk to on a daily basis that are either going through treatment, just got diagnosis or whatever, that just need support. And I wish other survivors would also come in, and so they don't get tired of hearing my voice all the time about it. I still have people who come up to me and say, why do you talk about it? You survived it, so why are you talking about it?
What?
Wow.
I still to this day get people tell me that.
Yeah.
So they don't,
Wow.
you surviving it, it's actually a great inspiration for others that are going through, and you can teach them things that you have learned. They don't think that's necessary.
Because probably most people just think that it's a death sentence, and so maybe
Yeah.
that's why they don't even want to.
And culturally, you know, danko noba, yo febar soko ameke doko yegle danko noba, and that's what kills us.
It sounds like there's really no treatment center in the Gambia. So if somebody's diagnosed with breast cancer, like what options do they have?
So as it stands currently, no, we do not have any treatment centers, cancer treatment centers in the Gambia. We do not have a single oncologist in the Gambia. What we have are general surgeons. So if they somehow do a biopsy, which can take 2-3 months before you even get the results back. If you get it back that it is, you know, you're suspected of having cancer, the only option they can give you is to have surgery, meaning they can cut off, you know, do a mastectomy or a lumpectomy. If you need additional treatment, you have to go to Senegal. There's no other option.
Okay, so that's the problem right there. Number one, these are general surgeons that are not specialized in oncology surgery.
Great.
When you go and cut somebody's breast to remove a tumor,
Yes, ma'am.
how is this person supposed to tell that they really removed the whole segment? And how is this person supposed to tell that the lymph nodes are not affected? And if you're not a specialist in this area, why would you even take somebody's money to take such a risk? Okay, this is the problem that I have with African governments. Okay, we have all the luxurious cars that are driven by the organizations, by the governments. Okay, we fly all over the world. We go on unnecessary meetings, spend a whole bunch of money, celebrate their birthdays. If people don't value life, don't value humanity, they are not going to care about healthcare. They're going to care more about their pocketbooks. They're going to care more about driving luxurious cars. They don't even care because the fact that their wives can take off in a flight and go somewhere else and get medical treatment. I can't even believe that someone being diagnosed with cancer.
It means
all the
death.
option they have is cut off their breast or die. And even you cut off their breast, they still die anyway. That's why the ladies will choose to keep their breast and just die anyway.
Jay, and this has been my fight for the past 5 years. And just recently it has become more and more prevalent that I keep asking, and even the Minister of Health, why do we not have a single oncologist? And if the country cannot produce one, can we please hire someone from somewhere and bring them here? Something. But we do not have a single oncologist.
It's been 5 years, Ida. There's a simple solution to that problem. If they really valued people's lives, one thing they could have done is pick one of the specialists that's a general surgeon, send them abroad, get the education, come back, and be at least one specialist in the country. At least
all those per diem money.
I sincerely feel Dr. Jay's frustrations, Ida's frustration, Ole, and I'm pretty sure every person that's watching us. And it's really sad that it's not just the country that we are from, but it's across the globe in Africa. It's really horrible that the whole continent, most of the countries in Africa, they have exactly the same issues. The
Healthcare.
governments are living large, and the poor are getting poorer. The sick are dying. Women are dying for no reason. Just because I was born in one country, my life becomes a disaster, or I don't have opportunities to live. I don't have the luxury to live a normal life as if I was born in America. That is unfair. So
And that's mostly because of the African leaders, right? Like if they get sick or if their families get sick, they fly them to the US or to the UK.
could do, it's really frustrating, but I think the only thing that we could do is to continue to bring awareness like Ida is doing, and trying to advocate through the ministries and say some of the things that Dr. Jaye said, and hopefully there will be solutions.
What you said is wonderful, but we can even bring it to the next level. We that are African descendants that are in the West, we can take it even further with this fight and take it to the American senators and say, we don't want any African government to come seek medical help in these countries. They should seek help in their own countries. They should not let them come in for treatment. I don't care how much money they have to come and pay. We should fight like that. And at some point, then they will start listening. But if we're just to go fight with them and talk to them, they don't listen, they don't care. But we can take it to another level and start a campaign and say, any African government cannot come to the US to seek medical help.
Now they are not coming here because of how expensive it is. They're going to China and they're going to India.
Turkey.
Now, India is even, recruiting people, and is even talking to people in Gambia. I had a company that came and was saying that if they have referrals as to people who are sick, to send them to India, they'll work on visas and accommodation, yada, yada, yada. But these are all the things that are actually exploiting us and not helping us take care of our own healthcare system.
You know what's sickening? The people that we are fighting for here, those are the same people. They're going to give a little bit of bag of rice or half a bag of rice or some oil, and they will vote for them during elections.
I mean, I guess we are all here on the same page. It's really pathetic when it comes to healthcare, how our governments in Africa are dealing with it. They really, like Dr. Jaye said, they don't value life, because you can't tell me you value life and then you turn around and you see people, anyone that's diagnosed with cancer, that means either you cut off their breast or they can sit and die.
Ida, we're so glad you're here today, and kudos to you for everything that you've went through and the culture that we have to deal with. You still were able to stood up and help other people. I'm sure even if it's like one person that you're able to help, that's life-changing. So thank you for that.
I'm glad you are here today with us, and this is something that we definitely need to work on, our health care system all over Africa. We need to definitely take a stand and make some changes, because no one else will do it for us but us. So thank you, Ida, for being here, and hopefully people will realize early detection, early treatment is the key to cancer.
Dr. Jaye, and hopefully the audience that are watching right now, you will be proactive and be part of this, whether you go and get a test, that's being proactive, right, Ida and Dr. Jaye?
Yes.
When you test yourself, you're being proactive. When you talk about it to your friends and family, you're being proactive. When you support the organizations, the nonprofits that actually bring awareness, such as the one that Ida has and all her colleagues that are part of that aid group that you mentioned. On that note, we will close this segment out and then take you guys to the other side of the show, which is our hot soup segment. If you're watching and you're from Nigeria or Ghana or Kenya or wherever else you're from, comment below and let us know what the most famous hot soup in your country is. But for Gambia, I know it's ebe. Let me see. Ida, what's your favorite hot soup?
I have two. It's ebe, but hands down, that is my favorite. But I also like cow food pepper soup.
Ooh, Ida, after everything we talk about on the wellness, you're gonna tell me cow food?
Hey, it's a good one.
We'll add some potatoes, so there's some, right?
Potatoes.
Vegetables.
My favorite is also ebe, but I love the Nigerian pepper soup. If there's any Nigerians out there, I love the Nigerian pepper soup.
Yeah, pepper soup is great.
So, Ole, what's your favorite?
The first one is ebe, second one is ebe, third one is
ebe, and the fourth one is ebe. So the fifth one is ebe. So please write down what your favorite soup is, hot soup is, whichever country you're from. We want to hear it right now. Please put it below. And if you're Nigerian, please invite Jaye over in Nigeria so she can have some hot, what is it? Pepper soup.
Pepper soup.
Pepper soup.
As long as I can go with her, I'm fine.
So Hot Soup, if you don't know, it's a new segment on the Sister Show where we bring you topics that are trending around social media, or it could also be news, or wherever you see Hot Soup conversations, you could send it to us right here and we will talk it out and see which sister agrees with what and what not. So let's go ahead and start right away. So the Hot Soup conversation, the first one on the list is there's a guy on social media that is venting and saying and actually threatening to actually drop the girlfriend or the partner because she is not claiming him and she has no post about the fact that she is in a relationship and she mentions nothing about him. Is she wrong or is she in her right ways?
Yes, he's right for being upset. So if a woman, I mean, we women can post, but if she posts 100 posts, at least one to mention there's a dude in her life. I think you don't want to blast your relationship on social media, but at least let there be an acknowledgement of the guy, I think.
I'm thinking the opposite Ida here. I think she's right for not posting it, and I agree with you, right? We should not blast like our relationship all over social media. But,
exactly.
But also for her, I think she may not be ready yet, right? You do not want like anytime you're in a relationship to post it out there. What if it does not work? So maybe she's just waiting to make sure that this is actually the right guy before she actually put it out there. We've seen like in social media where some people will say all this stuff about a guy, and then when they break up, they try to delete everything that they ever said about them, right?
That is true. That is true.
Back. So wait, okay, but Ole, so are you saying he's right? I'm not asking if she's right. We know you could do whatever you want to do with your like timeline. What I'm saying is he correct? Is he right for saying if you don't claim me, I love you, I'm with you, I've claimed you. If you don't claim me, there's a problem.
He's not right. I don't think he's right. If he's okay with posting her, that's up to him. But if she's not ready to post him, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What about if she has too many different dudes in her life? That's why she's actually doing this. He's supposed to just sit down and watch.
So are they married?
Don't say they always come from another side.
Yeah.
No, they did.
Are they married? That was the question.
Boyfriend and girlfriend. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, so if you're a boyfriend and girlfriend with someone and you're not mentally ready to post this man and you don't feel it, you should not be forced to feel it to post it. Okay. And if you're the man, that's the woman. If she's not ready and she doesn't feel like she feels that this is the guy that she really wants, or she's in the relationship but she's not for sure, she's not supposed to post it. And if you're asking me about the guy, if he feels like for him to feel in love or confident about this relationship, the only way he feels that is by seeing himself and this girl on everywhere on social media. That's his choice. Okay, that's his choice. But he should not make the woman do it. And if you really love that woman, you are not just going to say, I dump you just because.
Here, my mouth is submitting to go in this hot pepper soup. Oh, Jay, hurry up so I can tell you my piece.
No, because Juka, listen, Linda, listen. The guy has a right to either choose to be with the girl or dump the girl. I'm not going to say you should not or you should do it.
That's
but
true.
if you are so insecure about your relationship,
that's not what it is.
Sure there's something not working.
Okay, let me say this.
That's Dr. Law. You forgot.
Let me have a taste of that soup. Let me say this. You see, women, we are so unfair. Now, if this was the guy, right, that was on his page every day, posting photos, posting everything about his life, his friends, hanging out, and he does not claim the girl at any point, this conversation would be different. You know why?
Yeah.
No, you can still sweep the table.
Let me finish eating my soup. Hold on. Ida, you know why? Because they will say, oh, he doesn't want to claim you. What's going on? You know you have girlfriends. If you're, Ida, let's be real. You're best friends with my cousin. If your cousin, and that's your cousin too, if your cousin was hanging out with a dude for the longest time, 2 years, 3 years, and he never mentioned anything about their relationship, he never posted a picture.
I'll be jumping down his throat, yes.
He never posted a picture. You'll be like, okay, darling, what's wrong with this picture?
Yes.
Am I lying?
You're right. You're right.
Okay. But because it's a woman that's doing that to a dude,
No,
she has to be ready.
Don't bring the gender card here. It doesn't matter if it's a woman or she has a right not to post a picture of him until she's ready. It's just that simple.
Everybody has a right to whatever they want to do. But I'm saying, is it wrong or is it right?
So if this is the case, let's add a little bit of jumbo in the pepper soup.
Go ahead.
What if it is they're a married couple? Does that change the game?
That's a tricky one.
Extra
Comment
jumbo.
on that.
Of course it does. I can answer that. If we are married, okay, I'm going to a restaurant, I'm hanging out with my friends. Where are you? You should be in those pictures that I'm posting.
Either if the boyfriend girlfriend is the same thing. Where are you when you have boyfriend
No,
and girlfriend
no,
who go out
it's
on dates
different.
all the time?
It's different. Even if you are to turn the table and you tell me it was the guy that's doing it and not posting pictures, I'm still not going to change my position. It feels like he is not secure about this relationship yet and does not want to blast the pictures all over the planet and let people watch. It's his choice. And you as a woman, if you feel that you are insecure being in that relationship, then you should take a hitchhike.
So he's taking a hitchhike. He's saying
Hitchhike.
He should take a hitchhike. He should take a hitchhike.
But then if you're married, then you have to do it. Is that what you guys are saying?
If I'm married and I have a man that I feel like it's okay for us to post our pictures, which I don't like to post pictures on Facebook anyway. But if it is something that I'm going to do, then I'm going to obviously post your pictures. If I keep posting pictures and you keep taking them down and you don't want me to post your pictures, hell, dude, you may be seeing someone else and you probably lied to some other woman that you're not married.
Put a tracker on it.
No, I'm not going to put a trap on you.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that one because it depends. If you're like always out there like posting maybe everything about your life except maybe that like
right, that side of your life.
Significant order. Yeah.
Right.
Then interesting. If it's maybe you never post anything about your family, your kids, your husband, then that's a different thing to me.
So you coming on the side of me and Ida eating the soup with us.
No, I'm in the middle.
There's no middle of a pepper soup.
You oppose or propose? You having pepper soup or you having water soup?
you know me. I'm
with the extra jumbo.
This question, once we put it like to Ida as her best friend was in that situation, if it was you, your best friend in the situation, you might say, you know what, your husband, let's say he's married because that's the part that Jay is not accepting. You might say, you know what, your husband posts pictures of him at vacations. Your husband posts pictures of him every day. I'm not talking about the person that doesn't post about their life. Like there are people that don't post anything, right? But if your husband is constantly posting about everything about his life, for some reason, you're the only picture that is not showing up in this picture, there's a problem.
It may be because the wife is too pretty and he doesn't want any other person out there looking at his wife.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like still insecurity. That's still jealousy. That's still insecurity.
No, it's not. It's not. No, he just doesn't want everybody else looking at the wife because there's all these people on Facebook.
The wife is going to be seen either way, pretty or not. She's going to be seen by going outside.
And other women not going to look at the man?
That's up to the man, I guess.
So, if you're watching right now, which side are you on? Are you on my side and Ida? Or are you on Dr. J's side? Ole's side is too technical for me to figure it out.
She's in the middle. She's just drinking water at this point.
She's done with her
in the
soup.
middle.
You're certainly in the middle. So the question is, would you actually fuss and be upset with your spouse if they're not posting your pictures, especially if they live their whole life on Facebook? Because there are some people that live their whole life on social media. If they don't, we're not talking about that. If they do, would you have an issue with it? Dr. J say no. Ole say technicality is the issue. So comment below and tell us what you would do.
Well, mine doesn't even have any social media.
Let's move on to the next hot soup of the day. And that is this women's metrics that is on YouTube, and it has millions of hits, that this guy claims that every woman is crazy. And hear me out. He has a valid point, I think, right? He has this metrics and he say every woman is at least between 4 and 10 in terms of craziness. 4 to 0 It's a transvestite. It's not possible. No woman is below 4. Everyone has some craziness. He said that, and he also said, if you meet someone that's a 4, that's a unicorn. So you need to marry that woman. Now, if it's 5, 6.
So is this like a test? Like
This is his dating. This is him explaining to men how they should look for someone to date and what category should they have them as they date them. So if you're a 4, you're a unicorn, you're marriage material. So the guy has to really put you on in that box. If you're 5, 6, he may work with you. 8, 9, those are usually the strippers and they're really crazy, right? And then the 10 is probably has all kinds of craziness, right?
Just straight
craziness.
To the psych ward. Okay.
You stay away from that. Let's start with Ole. Please, Ole, don't get technical.
No, so what I want to understand is like, how did he come up with this? Like, did he do some type of experiment? And
I'm just agreeing with Ole. Like, what system analysis did he use? Was there a questionnaire involved? What scientific facts does he have? It's just a man that's trying to label us women, and we're sitting here agreeing with the fact that a man that's probably crazy as hell himself is trying to label us, to diagnose us based on numbers.
Okay, so you're saying all women are not crazy. That's what you're saying.
Are you asking me?
Yes, you just got technical, just like your sister, Ole.
I'm saying I'm not even buying his metrics because of some crazy guy that sat somewhere and came up with the analogy of his own concept of how we are supposed to behave to fit the category of marriage material. That's bullshit.
If you're listening and you're a guy, please comment below. Do all women have some level of craziness?
I think all women have a little bit of crazy.
Hallelujah.
We all have a little bit of crazy. Jay is rolling her eyes. I see you.
And she's the craziest one too.
Exactly. So some of us women have a little bit of crazy. The point is, it depends on what sets it off. Sometimes it is, the little bit of crazy could be, fun crazy. The little bit of fun could be cuckoo crazy. It depends on what sets it up. And most of the time, every woman who is completely nuts has been made completely nuts by a man. Let's just agree on that.
So you agree, but you just blame it on the person that made the metrics.
Yeah, him the root cause of the problem. Because I'm pretty sure his metrics has drove a lot of women.
So I said, so it takes 2 to tango.
Listen, Linda, if we are crazy and he diagnosed us, it takes crazy to know crazy, okay? So he must be crazier than the crazy women that he thinks they're crazy. So Duka, you should reach out to this man, and I'd definitely love to have a debate with him.
Well, let's see if we can try to bring him on the show. He might convince you. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Initially, I was like, what is he talking about? But when I watched it and listened to it over and over, and then I read the comments on YouTube, I was like, he's kind of right. Because you know what? Sometimes it depends. We get moody. A little thing can set us off, and it had nothing to do with that little thing, but because maybe our hormones, Dr. J, you should be able to agree with this, maybe. Like even when we are in our cycle, right? Sometimes you go off on everything or to a guy, and then later on, I used to do this a lot. I don't do it anymore since I started
practicing. Just because you're crazy, that doesn't mean I'm crazy.
I used to do this a lot, but since I started practicing feminine energy,
energy,
I figured out a way to not, listen, Ida. Sometimes, and if you're watching, please, let's be honest with each other. This is the sister show. We could be honest with each other, okay? Sometimes, if you get into it with your spouse, it could be something little. And you take it to the whole 9 yards. You paint a picture that's not even there. You go from here to Birkama for no reason, and then you came back. And then if you check back in yourself, you're like, wait, what just happened? Does this happen?
Was so unnecessary.
Okay, before Duka, I used to think maybe she's not really crazy, but I think the guy was actually talking to you and Ida, because you are definitely crazy. I have never had this problem in my life where I went from here to Gambia and came back in a conversation. Never. Like, okay, you are actually
so
crazy.
Jay,
confirmed,
Jay,
you are definitely crazy.
Yeah, masculine energy.
You know how he said there's a unicorn? Let's just say in this family, Jay is the unicorn.
No, oh hell no. Jay is like on 8. But the fact that the education and the background of being a doctor and like being a hardworking person, that's what kind of stuff, you know, a little bit off. But if it wasn't for that, she'll be up there with the strippers.
No, I'm gonna have Jay. I'm gonna have your back on this one. You are a unicorn. You are truly a unicorn.
So my take is that all of us are crazy, both men and women. There was some study that was done, and I know I'm just taking this to another level. So you can call me like the analysis and technical or whatever. But there was a study that was done to find out like how people, like how human beings can sometimes behave in such a situation. It revealed that depending on what tick off a person or what situation a person is, that some people can actually kill. And that's not really like their natural tendency.
Oh yeah, Ole, you crazy. You definitely crazy.
but it depends on their state of mind. So generally people crazy.
Where would you put me in the category of crazy in that metrics between 4 and 10? I mean, I've already acknowledged I'm at least a 4. Tell me. Ole, you said
7.5.
7.5. Ole, you mean? Okay.
You're probably a 10, but with feminine energy, I think you're now like 7.5.
She came down to a 7.5.
No, I think I've came down to a 4.
Really? Come on.
No, I really have.
That's a big drop.
No, I did a big dip. That's why I've been trying to help them. Jay, what about Jay, Ole? What would you say? Jay, where's Jay?
Dr. Jay is a unicorn. She's a 4.
I would say Jay is like a 6.5.
So Jay is below me? Oh, Ole, you funny, you fake, you funny. Ooh.
So where would you guys rate Ole?
Ole is probably like a 5 maybe.
A 4.
No, Ole is a 4. I don't believe in the rating system, but because of the show that you guys making me, Ole is a 4.
Okay, Ole is a 4, but she could jump to a 10. So let's be honest on that. All right, she agreed. Okay, you see, I keep it real. What about Amy? Amy is an 11.
It doesn't exist in the rating system.
Oh, Anna, what will you rate yourself? I wish I know
I
more.
is a 7.
Maybe I'll text my cousin.
I was getting there. I was gonna say I'm a 7, but I can get to 15 if I need to be. But I'm a 7.
What would Dr. Mams be?
Moms is a 4.
Yeah,
She's a unicorn.
I think so. I think Dr. Mams is a solid 4. So Amy is the 11. Ida can sometimes most
I'm
likely
a 7
be
who can get to a 15.
Okay, I need to rate you, Yuka.
Okay, tell me what.
You were 12, and then once you did the feminine energy, you became a 10.
Well,
This is my rationale. Okay, this is my rationale. If she's going to leave here and go all the way to Africa and back in a flight, and then she's done, and she's like, I don't know why the heck I was doing all this, she's definitely a 12. Because of feminine energy, she may just get to the airport and come back. So that's why she's there.
So actually, I'm going to rate her again. I think you guys probably a 2.
really?
Ole, so I'm a translate.
Ole, you are so wrong for that. So wrong.
Okay, so
the feminine energy, yeah, she's a 2.
No, but a 4 or 2 doesn't exist.
No, she said you're a transvestite. You know, 4 is 0.
I don't like you anymore, Ole. Okay, whatever. I want to hear your friends. Can you rate 3 of your friends? I promise we will make sure they don't watch this show. Rate our cousin and rate Yata.
See, our cousin is right there too with a 7, and she can go to a 15 and back.
No, she go to 20.
You see, and she's constantly on the upper end. She is. She really is. You know, the excuse is she's a Ceesay, so we have a little bit of cuckoo in us. So I guess she's kind of excused.
That's true.
Exactly. She's kind of excused.
So then we will all agree, I think, because we were very honest, and I appreciate you guys' honesty, that the guy is right. The person okay, let me say this. This is a caveat. I saw it on the post. It said, the women that disagree with this the most, they actually a 10. So Jay is a 10.
You just made up that shit. You just made it up.
I sure did make it up. I hope you all enjoyed the hot soup of the day that we brought. And if you come across any hot soups like we said, please feel free to share it with us. You can send it to our inbox and we will certainly talk it out and salivate in it, just like we did, right? And we just want to take the time to thank our cousin here, our amazing woman and sister, mother, right? Ida, for being here and an advocate actually also to actually help and bring more breast cancer awareness around the world and particularly in Africa. So thank you so much, Ida.
Thank you, beautiful ladies, for having me. It is truly an honor and I'm extremely happy to be here and super excited to call you guys my fabulous cousins. So it has been such a fun show. I enjoyed it. Thank you, and keep rocking.
Thank you, Ida. And we are
Thank
so
you.
honored. To all of our viewers, just a reminder again to share your videos for the Mentor on the Spot. We are still taking applicants. So if you want to be mentored by one of the sisters, go ahead and send us your videos.
Yeah, absolutely. And tag the sister show and also hashtag Mentor on the Spot and hashtag the sister show. And hopefully we will pick one of you all. So hurry up because this is going to be closing very soon. This was a lovely show. Thank you so much, Ida. Thank you so much, Dr. Jaye, for all the information. Right? And thank you, Ole. And we miss Amy, and certainly we miss Dr. Mams, and hopefully you all miss them too. And they'll be back here on another episode of the Sister Show. Don't forget, our show comes on every Saturday right here on Facebook Live, and it's also at 8 p.m. GMT time and 4 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget. We will see you next time. Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Thank you. And then I'll try. Amy always say, Ida, you gotta do this. Amy always say, cool. Drop the tongue. Oh, Ida, Amy's not here. Drop the tongue. There you go. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms to stay connected.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema